handsome? Aren't you handsome? Normally I make my bed before I even wake up the kids, but I got this little kitty in my bed on my side and I can't make my bed until he gets out, so I have to wait till he wakes up. Good morning, guys. How is everyone doing? I hope you guys are all doing fantastic. Has anyone ever asked you, what do you do when you get everything done? Is that even possible to have everything done every day and there's nothing to do? Well, today we're gonna find out. This is what I do on days when there really isn't a whole lot to do, but I still wanna keep myself busy. So the first thing that I do is help get my kids ready for school. After I make the kids snacks, I'll tidy up around the house because I have a little extra time. So I'll just tidy up the couches, fluff the pillows, and pick up anything that's been left from the night before. And then usually around this time, I build a fire every day because it gets pretty cold out here in the high desert. So I'll start it off with 2 logs and I'll be able to get it started within like 30 to 45 minutes. It takes a while to get it started. But once it does, it kind of like takes the chill out of the house, and then I'll just be able to put 1 log in at a time to just kind of keep the house at a normal temperature without overwarming it, because you can't really control the heat levels with, the wood burning stove, but you can control how hot it gets by how you start your fire and how often you add a log into it. So I'll let it burn, and then once it's about ready to finish, then I'll add another one. Then I'll take the opportunity to dust or vacuum or even sweep the floors just to kind of get my day started so that when I come out later on, the house looks clean and it motivates me to continue on with my day. So I'm that kind of person with anxiety who struggles with sitting down or relaxing too much. I like to keep myself busy and occupied. It keeps my mind from racing sometimes. So if I have an opportunity to clean up somehow, then I do it when I have that time so that when I get busy, it's not so overwhelming. Because later on in the afternoon, when my husband and my kids get home, I like to spend that time with them instead of cleaning while they're here. And one thing for sure, you always have sweeping and vacuuming to do out here. He's a little more furious than Ginger. Hi, Jackson. Did you just wave hi? Mm-hmm. Good morning. What'd you get from the Tooth Fairy?
A coin.
A gold coin? What kind of gold coin?
It's
a $1 coin.
So
You're $1 richer, Emily. Which tooth did you lose?
This one.
Let me see. Let go. Wow. I like to work out right after I drop my kids off at the bus stop, so I usually have a small little pre-workout snack. And then on this day, I actually made my bed before I worked out because my cat was in the bed like you saw earlier in the video. But usually I'll make my bed before I even wake up the kids. I feel like making the bed just sets me for the day. It kind of motivates me to keep everything else clean. If my room is clean, then I want to clean everything else. So that's partly the reason why I make my bed, but 2, it's just something that I grew up doing since I was very little, so I still do it to this day. And then it's time to get ready for my workout. And I found this new girl. Her name is Body Fit by Amy, and so far I really like her.
Hey everybody, I'm Amy from Body Fit by Amy. It's gonna feel good. You'll get that strength work as well if you want. Pick up your pace. We're going 1, 2, 1, 2.
So if you're familiar with Chalene Johnson, this is kind of who she reminds me of. I used to really love working out to Chalene. I started off by doing her Turbo Jam workouts, and she's the one that helped me lose the 50 pounds that I lost about 12 years ago or so, and I have been able to maintain it all this time. But then over the years, she retired and stopped making workout videos, so I've just been browsing around YouTube, and I found a lot of girls that I really like Caroline Gervin. And don't get me wrong, I still really love to work out with her, but Body Fit by Amy, she is really good. She helps with endurance and flexibility and weight, like strength training and stuff like that. That's why I really like her. She gives me a lot of Chalene vibes, And I just feel like with all of her modifications, because I am a heavier person, helps me feel like I can get through the workouts without having to stop for a break. I also have really weak ankles, knees, and elbows. So the modifications that she offers helps alleviate the stress from my joints, and I don't have to do a whole lot of high impact workouts with her, but I still feel the burn. I still feel like I'm building muscle, and afterwards it sets the mood for my day, and I feel like my stress levels are low and I feel ready to conquer the day. Now it's time to get refreshed, take a shower, and get dressed. And I like to put on makeup. I try to put on some makeup almost every single day. A few years ago, I used to just stay in my PJs and I would never get dressed for the day. But I started noticing that I was slipping into a little bit of a depression. So I decided to wear makeup because it kind of helped me feel a little bit more confident in myself. That way, in case someone just showed up or I had to go somewhere, I'm already ready. And also, I think that my husband appreciates that when he walks through the door, I look like I'm happy to see him. Okay, so now I'm ready to make myself some breakfast. I'm just gonna make myself some simple avocado toast. And yes, I did make bacon, and I made it in the microwave just by microwaving it on each side for 30 seconds until I liked how it looked. Now it's time for me to do something with this hair of mine. I washed it today. How often do you guys wash your hair? I only wash mine about once or twice a week, depending on how greasy it gets. My hair used to be super dry at the scalp, but as I age, I've noticed it get greasier and greasier. Only at the roots though, not on my hair itself. But I don't like to put a whole lot of heat in it because my hair is naturally dry, but it's also very kinky. So if I don't dry it, then it'll stay kinky and it's really hard to get them out. The only thing that I hate about blow drying my hair is that my hair doesn't really stay fresh as long. And also it kind of takes the clean smell out of my hair. But on this day I was kind of in a rush, so blow drying my hair was a lot faster and easier than straightening it. And then I'm going to go in with my curling iron to curl it, but also I use it as a straightener because I still want to give it volume. I want to curl it, but I want to straighten the areas where it's still kind of kinky. So I'm able to do that with my curling iron just by putting each strand in the clamp and then just pulling it down until I get to the tip, and then I just curl the bottom. And then afterwards, when I'm done, I'll go through the areas that I've missed and I just straighten it with the curling iron. You can literally straighten your hair with a curling iron. I've done that many times before I had a hair straightener. Even the hair straightener that I have doesn't even get all the kinks out. To be honest with you, my curling iron does a much better job than the hair straightener itself. So I just do this in sections. Usually it takes me 3 or 4. I start at the bottom and I move my way up to the top until I get to the bang area, and then I do those separately. I know this is a pretty simple hairstyle. It's really a no-brainer. It's kind of old school. You already know how to do this, but it is part of my morning routine, and it's something that I do regularly, especially since this day it was Friday and I needed my hair to be done for the weekend, and it'll last me until about Monday or Tuesday, and then it'll be time for me to wash my hair again. But also, it's a good time for me to ask you guys for good recommendations for shampoo and conditioner that can kind of tame kinky, frizzy, and dry hair. So if you can point me in the right direction, that would really help me out. Okay, so my hair is done. And now I'm just gonna put it up in a ponytail and get ready to start my cleaning for the day. And today I really need to tackle my kids' room. It's been a long time coming. I've been neglecting this room for quite a while now, so it is time for me to just get in here and throw a bunch of stuff away, reorganize, and clean the heck out of this mess. So lately I've been feeling really bloated and I feel like I've been retaining a lot of water. It's not really so much weight gain. Actually, I lost a couple of pounds, but it looks like I've gained weight. It's just the water retention from eating foods that I really wasn't supposed to be eating, like bread. During the holiday season, it's really easy to fall off track and not eat properly. So this is another way for me to kind of like make up for that. I like to keep myself busy, like I mentioned earlier, and during the times when I don't really have a whole lot of housework to do, this is a perfect opportunity for me to really go into their room, clean it, and it keeps me active for the day.
I don't know if you could see this, but we just painted this room a little over a year ago, and it's already dirty. I would love to come in here and just clean down these walls, but I want to get bunk beds first before I do that. So for now, I have to deal with these ugly walls that are so dirty. I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to that, but it's just not pretty.
It is so hard to keep the kids' room clean at all times. I will go in here maybe every 3 months or so and really tackle it. But for the most part, I just have them make their beds every morning. Whether they do a good job or not, it still gives them good practice for when they're older, and I try to make sure that their floors are clear in case there's an earthquake. That's something that my mom taught me, but they never really do a good job at keeping it clean no matter how well I organize it. I guess they're just kids and I shouldn't expect too much from them, but it does get a little frustrating sometimes when you put in so much work and effort into keeping their room clean and then they go in and just destroy all the hard work that you put in. But at the end of the day, they really enjoy seeing a really nice clean room, even though it's hard for them to do it themselves. They like when I come in here and do it, and it makes me feel good knowing that they appreciate it, at least for a day or two. The biggest part of cleaning their room is mainly to pick up all the trash. Don't ask me how they accumulate so much trash, but they do. And somehow it makes it underneath their beds and all around the bases of their room and even just scattered around the entire carpet. So the majority of it is just getting rid of all of the trash and vacuuming and then getting rid of a lot of toys that they don't really play with anymore.
What is this? I don't know, she took strawberry heads off and threw them in the water. It's pretty gross, so I'm just gonna throw this away. Pro tip, don't ever start your kid's room by doing laundry first, because you're gonna find laundry and then you're gonna be sad that you forgot those pieces of laundry. Don't ask me why I'm sorting through. I should just be tossing all this stuff in the trash. But there's just something about throwing away Legos that I hate doing. I hate throwing away Legos. So I found some thumbtacks. If you like to save your kids like birthday banners and stuff and put it in their rooms like we do. My daughter dropped hers or something. It fell off the wall, probably playing around on there. And she ended up losing it, and she ended up stepping on it on her heel. It went all the way through. It scared her more than it hurt her, but still, like, probably not a good idea to hang them up with thumbtacks.
Honestly, there really wasn't as much trash or broken stuff as there was last time. Last time, I found so much more trash and broken toys and stuff. So this time there has been a little bit of improvement, but I've often wondered how moms keep their kids' rooms looking so pristine and nice. They even go and buy them really nice furniture and it stays looking fresh. I just don't know how they do it. For us, they destroy everything. This toy box was given to me by my cousin. It was hers when she was little, and it's so tore up now. I feel so bad about it. I want to refurbish it so badly, but I just don't see the point of doing it, at least not right now. but maybe one day I'll restore it to make it look like new again by just sanding it down and then maybe staining it with a wood stainer. I'm not sure, but yeah, I don't know how moms keep their kids' rooms looking Pinterest perfect.
I moved the chest from here to over here because I plan on giving back my daughter her little vanity. I told her that if she were able to keep up with her chores and her toys kept picked up, which she didn't do it, but she's only 7. She's kind of shying out of that stage where she's playing with Barbie dolls. She doesn't really want to play with Barbie dolls anymore. She's more on like the school supply. She likes playing with play makeup. Oh my God, my daughter is growing up. I can't believe that she's already 7 and she's starting to act like a little woman already. She's also got that tude, but I figure if I give her some more responsibility to take care of, maybe it'll teach her to keep her things picked up if it's something that she really likes, and take away all the baby stuff so that she has something that she really likes. I don't know if that made any sense, but I have to wait for my husband to come home to do that because it is buried in the storage out there and I can't get to it by myself. So I'm just gonna leave that space empty for now until he gets home.
This area is the area that gets messed up the most. I don't understand why it's so hard for my daughter to keep this area organized. I'll go in here and separate her pencils and her crayons and her markers and just really organize her little area. And then just a couple of weeks later, it'll just be all dumped in there and all unorganized. I've even bought her those really nice cases that come with an organizing system for her pencils and crayons and markers and stuff like that. Keeps it all separated and color coordinated. And I thought for sure that it would help inspire her to keep her things nice and neat, but she just has a hard time doing it. So I'm looking for ways to organize these drawers so that I can keep this area nice and neat.
I come in here periodically. I make sure that their stuff is put away nicely, and including their clothes and their toys and stuff. There's not a whole lot of mess in here, but I do have some straightening up to do. All of the toys, all the books and stuff that's right there, I kind of go through them. They're coloring books. They still look like they're in good condition. I'm not really going to do anything about this shelf. I do have a couple of things up here that I'm going to be doing, mainly just taking a bunch of stuff down and throwing it away in the trash. So I'm pretty much just going to clear the top shelf and go from there.
Honestly, I didn't even realize that I was recording this part. I meant to stop the camera, but I'm kind of glad that I did get this on footage because it just shows how much crap that was on top of the closet. I was able to clear out so much stuff, and originally I had the things up there that I didn't really want them to play with without permission first, and I found out that they were climbing up on the dollhouse and getting up there and playing with all the stuff. So then I realized that I really can't have anything up there.
And this is what I was able to accomplish so far. Basically, I took everything that was up there that they don't really play with anymore and I tossed it all in the trash to give me some extra space for nothing. I want to keep nothing up here other than this side of the wall. I am so tired of clutter, so I'm getting rid of a lot of things. Now I need to go through this dollhouse. It is a wreck. I'm so sad to see how it looks. They've torn off pieces of the wall. My husband really needs to come in here and really refurbish this thing. I don't know if it's even worth doing, but I really like this dollhouse, so I'd like to keep it even if it's just for myself. Surprisingly, there really wasn't much behind it, and I was expecting a lot more inside. I don't know what happened to all of the furniture. This is what's left, and this is what the walls look like. I am so sad. I am so sad. All that hard work that he put in for it to just be ripped apart, like, I think I'm going to take this out of her closet and I'm going to put it in storage so that she can't play with it right now, because I don't think that she's capable of taking care of it the way that we intended her to.
See, I know that times have changed quite a bit. I remember playing with my Barbie dolls until I was almost 15 years old. These days, kids are lucky to play with Barbie dolls until they're 5. It breaks my heart to take the dollhouse away, but at the same time, maybe it's a good thing that we do that so that she has some time to appreciate those things. It'll give my husband some time to fix it up and be able to give it back when she's older. I just love it if I could see someone play with it, even if it's my grandchildren in the future. So if I have to save it until then, that's fine. I'm back to this toy chest, and to my surprise, it was nearly empty. The last time that I cleaned their room, I filled this chest up with a lot of stuffed animals. So when I opened it and saw it this way, it made me wonder what happened to them all. And I was gonna just put all of the animals in a bag and put them in storage with all the other ones that I have stored in there. But instead, I decided to just clear out the chest and put their toys that they like to play with in there and make it nice and neat. And then I took all of their animals that was left over and I stuffed them in these little bins, and I ended up putting it above the closet where I had that empty space. Eventually I plan on going on Amazon and buying those nets to put all of their stuffed animals in, because I really do like their stuffed animals. But for now, it's just gonna sit up here until I can clear that space out again. Now all I have left to do is just to do some dusting and clean the ceiling fan. So I'm just going to take some Lysol wipes and I'm going to wipe down all of the dust that's all over the dressers and the TV. And they even have like this little Pac-Man old school toy, like video game. So I wiped that off because it was like extremely dusty. And I'm going to clean up their little game area where they keep their PlayStation and just make that little area nice and tidy. I always try to get my housework done before my husband gets home and my kids, because I like to spend time with them and they have a snack, and then we just, spend the rest of the afternoon together before making dinner. I just feel like I should have time for family time and put all my work aside. But since I wasn't finished yet, my husband decided to come in and help me out. So he fixed up this little area for me and put in a plug on the wall so that we could plug in these little lights that they got for Christmas. They really like having a night light. It makes them feel a little bit more secure. So they ended up getting one of each of the Minnie and Mickey Mouse, and then someone else had given them the Pokemon one. So it looks really cute on this little table. Hopefully they don't play with it too much and don't break it, but I think it's cute and they really love it. I can't tell you when's the last time I cleaned off the ceiling fan. Honestly, they don't really use it a whole lot anyway. Even during the summer season, it's not really on that much. This area stays pretty cool, and sometimes it does get warm, but it's not as warm as the other areas in the summertime. But man, this ceiling fan was pretty dusty, so I was able to take the head off of my cordless vacuum, and I vacuumed off the biggest chunks of dust that was collecting up there. And then I just took a really wet rag and wiped down the blades. And then later on, I'm gonna go in with a little blower and blow out all the dust that's inside the little glass part where the light bulb goes. And finally, I am done. So my husband took me to Subway and I got a nice sandwich with some Sun Chips and a cookie, and it was delicious and it just hit the spot. After all that hard work, I earned this meal.
Oh, that probably didn't look very nice, huh? Ugh. Anyway, I am exhausted. That took a long time. I really thought I was going to be able to get more done today. Obviously, you saw my husband is home. He helped me with that area. So I'm glad that I got it all done, though. The room looks fantastic. I'm happy with the progress that I made.
I was able to refresh their beds and make them nice and neat and go through a lot of their toys and declutter and organize. I got a lot of trash taken out, including the baseboards and underneath the beds, and I got to clear out the top of the shelf in the closet and make it look nice and neat and orderly, and everything just looks nice and fresh.
It is Michelle's motivation speech for the day. I'm going to be like Danny Tanner. Cue music. Just kidding. Anyway, basically I just wanted to tell you guys not to beat yourself up all the time, not to be so expectant of yourself. I could have done better with the ceiling fan. I could have really wiped down the walls. I could have wiped down the frames of the doorways and all of the handprints and stuff. I could have done all that, but I didn't. And sometimes we just don't have time for that. As much as we want to get it all done, we can't simply get it all done. And so my point is, just don't be so hard on yourself. Don't expect too much from yourself. Do what you can. Do it little by little. There's always going to be another day to get to it. There's always going to be tomorrow or the next day. Sometimes you just can't get to it, and it's okay. So I did get a friend of mine who really enjoyed my video of me cleaning out the refrigerator and the pantry, and it motivated her to do it herself. So that made me feel good, knowing that people actually feel motivated in some way, even if it's just 1 or 2 people. I appreciate you guys watching my videos, and that's going to be it for me today. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
I like this room now.
Oh, you like this room now, huh?
Yeah.
You're not going to like it in a second. I threw all your stuff away.
There's some toys in there. Wait, this is toys. Wait, where do I put my other shoes?
Just put it down below.
Where do I put my backpack?
Where it always goes.
Where? Christian has my backpack spot.
It's okay. What do you guys think?
Cool. Yeah.
Okay, now that I got your reaction and I know you liked it, you guys are in trouble.